I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Monday, June the 12th, where this heat is starting to pick up. We're working into the meat of the summer here, and at the same time that heat is cooling off the market, your fat cattle, and that will trickle down more and more to your feeder cattle also. But packers were real patient last week and waited the feedlot guys out and ended up getting the cattle kind of steady to weak. And after everybody was really thinking that it was going to get higher again because everything had been so wild in your feeder cattle markets and in your beef markets and things. But that just goes to show we're probably going to start losing a little ground here as we go through the dog days of summer on your fats. And you know, it's hard to hold the weight on those big fat cattle, and they're not very efficient when it's this hot. And your feedlots will get easier to deal with because they just soon move those big cattle on out, and they can put some weight cheaper on some lighter weight cattle there. But runs are going to be getting light in your sale barns too, so that's going to start slowing down a little bit. We will start seeing some big video markets having some sales of out front cattle, and that will kind of set the tone for your late summer yearlings and for your fall calves. You look at the board for last week, live cattle futures. The August contract ended the week at 123.85. That was down 220 for the week. June spot fat market ended the week at 131.25. That was actually up 43 cents. But as we work here later on in June, that will have to be maturing and come together with cash here before too long. Feeder cattle futures August there ended up the week at 154.17, down 4.55 for the week, after it had gained $11.77 the previous week. Fat cattle trade for the most part 136 to 137 on a live basis. Dress trade from 218 to 221, mostly 218 to 220 there late in the week, but not a huge volume. We had some trade there in the middle of the week and then had some there late Friday, but not a whole lot. Your feedlots are real current, and a lot of them just decided that they'd wait and pass those bids, and probably won't have much over 50 or 60,000 there for the whole week when they get it totaled up. Box beef cutout values were higher. The average trade last week, choice carcasses 250.22, up 482. Selects up just 161 at 219.84 with a giant spread there of $30.38 on the average of last week's trade compared to the previous week. And that's at a record pace right there. But you look, everybody's busy putting up hay around, and they're feeling the heat out there. I know a lot of you guys that are watching this probably got hay down and getting it rolled up, and the weather for the most part has been cooperating, and guys are getting along right on schedule, getting their hay put up. Wheat harvest is rolling on here through the Texas Panhandle. See a lot of that going on. It'll be getting up into Oklahoma Panhandles and moving up through Kansas here this week and the next, and we hope the weather cooperates and everything works good for those guys too. Feeders for last week, cash feeders ended the week $4 to $8 higher. Real-time index on Beef Market Central shows that it was up $4.86 compared to the previous week at 152.49. Look at some quotes there on Beef Market Central. You saw your top 25 as far as volume sales there. Creighton, Nebraska had two big strings of heifers. One deal, 356 head of heifers, weighed 859 at 150.85. That was on Wednesday. 316 head of bigger heifers, weighed 979 at 145 even. Late in the week, an individual quote out of Lexington, Nebraska, there on Beef Market Central. 245 head of steers, weighed 928 at 157 1/4. That's your feeder flash for Monday.